What it do? This is Fight Game News Talk here with my host, Mr. Coach Joey over here. You already know, man. I'm Even Hands Boxing, man. We here just to motherfucking talk some shit, man.
Favorite time of the week.
Man,
you know why? You talking about boxing.
Yeah, man. You already know. Like, we don't talk boxing every day anyway.
But I'm saying, now we get to talk about it. Listen, we had a hell of a fights Saturday night over in Palm Bay. Shout out to Box Life Promotions. You guys did a really good job.
Did an awesome job over
nice
there,
good fights, you know, even competitive. And we saw some guys that we knew go through some things, but as a fighter, that's what you want to see.
Yeah, listen, they were competitive fights, man. You know, and out of the 11, at least 8 of them was competitive. Yeah. I'm gonna give them a 7 at least. But you know, it was some good competitive fights, man. Had a good house, man. It was electric in there, man. It was loud in there. It was loud in there, man.
Yeah, the last time I've been there for a pro show was when Teofimo fought there.
That was it. What's the place called? Tony Rosa?
No, it was the same. Yeah.
Tony Rosa. Yeah, man.
It was the same place there, and that's when All Star did it.
Sarge, man. Shout out to Sarge, man. You guys, you guys all did a great job over there, man. You know.
So let's dive right into it. Let's dive into.
We're gonna sit there and talk about that main event, man. Yeah, listen, right. I thought Kevin Nunes showed a tremendous amount of heart. His resilience, you know, he kept getting up. And frankly, I don't even think if the corner didn't throw that towel in, you're going to have to kill that boy in that ring.
Well, I mean, let's start off with this. Me being
not throw the towel in, stop him the fight.
No, me being a coach, Craig did the right thing. I was calling to stop it as well. Because at the end of the day, we got to protect our warriors. We know the warriors. We know they'll go out on this shield. But at the same time, it's our job to protect them. You know, you got your wife, you got your kid, you got everybody sitting there. You got up twice. Listen, you showed heart, but the reality is you got to play it by how the rounds are, right? It's an 8-round fight. You got dropped 3. That's 6 rounds. You ain't winning the fight. That's just what it is.
I just seen it in the kid's face. You know, you got to kill him in that ring. You know, he ain't fucking giving up.
Hey, listen, man. I think overall, I think that was probably the best I've seen Kevin, and I think he did a very good job. I would have loved to see him more. You know, you got to understand.
He should. I think if he would have stood to me, it's like he went away from what was working. You know, in the first 4 rounds, you know, and even in the 5th round, listen, even he was winning. Listen, that round, the first knockdown before the first, he was winning that round because it was deep into that round.
I think I had him. I think each of them had 2.
And he was going to win that 5th round, and he was going to win that 5th round.
I think what's important, man, is it's one of them coaches' corners things that we're constantly talking about as coaches from coach perspective. I think you have to identify what you are and who you are and what your skill set is. You know, you got to know if you're going in there with a puncher and you're not a puncher. And that's no knock to no fighter. Like, look, I mean, our guy's not a puncher. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take advantage and do the things of what your strengths are, right? And going back to what you were saying is that I thought he sat in the booth way too much.
Yeah, that kid got his timing down here.
He sat in the booth way too much.
Everything he was that overhand. He just kept throwing that overhand.
And he was getting hit by the shots.
Hey, shout out to Jordy too, man. He did an awesome job, man. He did his job, man. He went there and did his job, man.
It's like, it goes back to like I was telling you, right? And look, this is huge shout out to Coach Craig too, man. I know Craig, and I'm pretty sure, knowing him being the coach, I'm pretty sure he was telling him, hey, what are you doing? Why are you sitting there? Why are you sitting there with the heavier puncher? Because this is where fighters have to understand that you have to give your team an opportunity to win the fight. You can't sit there and try to please the crowd and say, we're going to go bang for bang. But the job's to win the fight. And Kevin was doing a good job stepping around and touching, stepping around and touching them. But that's what you got to realize your strength is, right? Because Jordy didn't have feet. He has to reset every time to find them. Right. Because he has power.
Right. That's what I'm saying. When Kevin was just moving around, it was like Kevin was dancing and dude couldn't keep up with him, man.
Correct. So I think what happened was the other team adjusted and said, listen, take his 3 pity pats, you just sit down and catch it and fire it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was up to Kevin and them to make the adjustment and say, oh, okay, shit, let me keep turning and keep touching them with quick punches. You know
but I believe they was in the corner yelling at, I'm on the other side, but I'm pretty sure they kept telling them, keep turning them, keep turning them, keep turning them. So
and sometimes you got to pull yourself out of that mindset, and you got to go back to what you guys actually worked on. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we go in there with game plans. You know, you might have game plan A, game plan B, game plan C. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes all three might not work. Then you got to sit there and think about what you're seeing on the fly to make that adjustment. And, you know, and I'm pretty sure Craig was telling him in there, hey, you got to keep stepping around. Why are we sitting there?
How do you see Pagan's return?
I thought Pagan did a really good job. I think, like anything, when you've been out of the sport for so long, to get back in there, I think Mason Wickett, you know, was a good opponent for him. Tough, durable, and honestly, me personally, if I was his coach, you know what I'm saying, and I know his coach too. Big shout out to him too. He's throwing round 9 boxing out out that way, and we were talking after the fight, and I was like, yo, you want rounds? I don't want to see a knockout because you ain't been in the ring in how long. Right now is a perfect night to go get some rounds.
Hey, he dropped him. He dropped him.
Listen, I wouldn't care if he dropped him at all.
No, he dropped
because
him.
At the end of the day, you need the rounds so you can get back into that fight mode. Because if his plans are getting pushed and moving fast, you need rounds. Because you're gonna. If
How old is he?
I think I want to say he's.
What's his name? Jonathan. What's his name?
Josh. Yeah.
Joshua.
I want to say 26, 28 or something like that. Okay. So you know you're in that time frame now where you got to go. So now you want them rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he did a very good job.
Who impressed you the most that night, man? I know you're gonna say Jan Marcos, right? Is that his name, Jan Marcos?
Oh, with Coach Chino?
With Coach Chino?
Yes, I think very seasoned. Very, very seasoned, meaning like, I just love somebody that can go in there, stay calm. They make it look like the damn office.
He comes with that Cuban pedigree, you know, them kids.
Well, he was slick, move, but let me tell you something, when he touched your ass, you heard them things touching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was like
I got to see him spar here when we did the sparring. When I did my event here, Chino brought him.
Oh, he came?
Yeah, he came.
Okay.
And I thought he was good there. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was my first time seeing him as, fighting the pro. I thought he looked great. But I thought he looked great, but I'm still going to give the reward to Kevin. Because I think it takes a lot, man, for somebody to get off the mat. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes...
And he would have been a 4th time if they would have not stopped. It would have been a 4th time.
No, it would have. But let me say it like this. Kevin, I love you. I'm going to say it as a coach's thing. The only thing got me mad is when you jump back in the booth again, knowing after you got dropped, you got to give yourself and your team another opportunity to still win the fight. You know, you can't... I always tell Alex this. You can have the biggest balls, but if you ain't got this, it don't matter. You're going to get beat by somebody that has this, right? So you got to pull yourself back from you in that moment and say it's okay to clinch up. It's okay. At that time, it's okay to let the ref do his job.
Listen, me personally, when I came out, and like you, I'm going to give, I was most impressed with Kevin. You know, I watched Kevin fight 2 or 3 times before, and this is the best I've ever seen him.
I agree.
This is the best I've ever seen him.
Yep.
And, I think... he's got heart. He's got heart.
No, it was the best we've seen. Let me tell you this too.
Listen, he got more heart than I thought he would have had.
Look, and that's the most in shape because let me tell you something.
He could easily the second time he could have stayed his eyes down.
You don't get dropped twice.
Listen, here's the thing. In that 4th round, he got hit and his fucking legs wobbled and he didn't go down. And you know what he did? He came back and won that fucking round.
Yeah.
Because he was almost on his ass because he fucking hit the chair. He hit the chair pose. He hit the chair pose.
He did it, and then look, the uppercut, that was an amazing shot. I mean, most guys would have folded.
Listen, he showed great resilience, man.
And he was in good shape, Craig.
He was in awesome shape.
Because when you get dropped like that, I think I was telling Angie.
He recovered.
No, I was telling Angie, he recovered. He got dropped in the 5th. He recovered in the 6th. He fought good in the 6th. He had his legs. And then the 7th, the shot was just a hard shot. You know what I mean? But like, here's my experience to a lot of you young fighters. When I don't think a lot of coaches and fighters work on getting dropped. Everybody thinks, not me. No, the question is, yes, it will. It's just when.
How do you react?
And how are you going to react to it? Because let me tell you something. As a coach, when I experienced our first fighter getting dropped, I always said it in my head, like, how am I going to react in that moment? Because in that moment, you're going to look to me to see how I react. If I show scared and worried, you're going to be scared and worried, right? So when it happened, it was like, I didn't get scared. I said, now it's time to work. It was like my competitive nature of saying, okay, let me get my fighter back to that mindset and get back. First thing we ask him to get in the corner. Hey, you good? Yeah, I'm good. What you got caught with? Pull back and drop my hand. Now I know his attention is there. I know he's back to that. All right, now guess what? You might have had a whole game plan of what we wanted to do in that fight, right? But now once you get dropped, all that shit changes. Because guess what we're gonna say? Guess what I'm gonna say to the people that was constantly talking about this? You go back to the fundamentals, and what's the best punch, you know? Jab. That's the best punch to go back to when you're trying to get your legs, you're trying to give yourself some time to get some movement, or you can't be scared to grab and hug, because guess what? That ref gets paid for a reason. I'm going to make his ass work them rounds. I'm going to hold your ass, you're going to come in, you're going to break me up. I'm going to hold you again, I'm going to break you up, and I'm going to keep working the jab. So I think the best thing Kevin and them can learn is the situational things in that moment. I think like I said, bro, let me tell you something, man. Everybody can talk shit, everybody can say what they want to say, but if nobody's ever touched the mat and got up like you did, fuck them. And they're gonna they'll get their time too.
And let's
see how they react.
Right.
Because let me tell you something, man.
You showed another level. You showed a whole nother level that night. Kevin showed a whole other.
I'll say it right here. What I said earlier today when we talked, I said, Kevin the dog.
Yeah.
You a dog. When you get dropped more than once and you get your ass up, that's a dog. People could say, and I'll say to this to anybody, that's a dog. When you can get up,
yeah, you better. Listen, y'all coming to fight because he ain't laying down.
Yeah. He just showed what's my favorite line. I'm saying you better pack a lunch.
Right?
You better pack a lunch.
Listen, the 108 guys too. The Francisco.
Oh, I love that fight. Yeah, shout out to Frank.
But listen, you always.
I like the little motherfucker.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. My son weighed more than that 108. All right. Even my son was like, Dad. I said, yeah, you weigh more, but he's like, yeah, Dad, but they'll beat my ass. But listen, very skilled fight.
Both guys.
Very good fight. Man. Shout out to Coach Ramos. I think he did it.
No, his guy's 0-2 now, but
that's crazy because he don't look like an 0-2.
Listen, he don't, and listen, the kid fought it. They both fought, man.
And probably what the thing is too, there's not a lot of guys at that weight, so you probably got to move faster than what you want to move. Because you're either going to take chances at 108 or you're going to you'll probably be floating from 108 to 115.
Right.
So, but I would have known he was 0-2. Yeah. I would have not known that kid was 0-2. Okay, but I wouldn't have known he was 0-1 because the confidence he had when he came out, fought beautiful, very technical, good skills, and same thing with the other kid. I thought it was a very even fight. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight, man. I thought, I thought the nine went the right way, yes. Because the only thing I noticed about Francisco, he'd come out fast. And towards the end of the ring, he let the kid steal around at the end. That's
that bullshit I'm talking to you about. Like, we fight for 3 minutes.
No, but the rounds were even all throughout. The rounds were even.
Oh, he pulled off.
He pulled away. He pulled the round off.
Because wrestling doing that fuckery shit. Where people are like, he punched me for 10 seconds. But motherfucker, I just dominated for fucking 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a good fight as well.
Man, shout out to LG Boxing Gym, man. You guys got a little dog over there in Francisco, man. I like the kid. I like the kid, man. I really like the kid, man. And I like the little guys.
We had that the firefighter guy. I thought that was neat. He came out with all his brothers. Pebbles, I think it was Pebbles.
Yeah. Omari people.
Yeah, Mark Peoples, he did a good job. That was his first fight.
Yeah, he was a pro. He looked strong. He looked like a strong kid, man.
Good.
Listen, that girl fight was good too.
A little banger.
I thought. When I seen I was in the back room, right, and I seen Davila.
Yeah.
And then I seen the other girl. Her name was Karen too, I believe.
The Mexican, right?
Yeah. I seen her, and I was like, oh. She about to get beat the hell up. But you know what? When she got in there, it was a whole different story. She was in there.
You know what they say, don't judge the book by the cover.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
By the cover. Hey, what did she do?
Listen, but that's
she made her pack a lunch.
Listen, but you know what? She reminded me. I had the same thought with the girl that fought Jasmine Ortega. Out there in San Bernardino. I was like, oh, Jasmine about to beat the shit out of this shit. Man, that girl came out here. Listen, the little Mexican.
But that was a controversial fight, right? Because this fight here, Puerto Rican girl took it to her.
Yeah. She won. But the Mexican girl was tough, and she was catching her.
Yeah.
She was giving it as good as she was taking it. But I didn't see her. I don't know. It's like the female Mexican fighters. They look real timid. So they look like they belong. You get what I'm trying to say? They just look.
No, it ended up being a good fight. She got dropped, and Look, sometimes when you drop somebody early, it can be the demise of the fight. And what I mean by that is you go back and you think they're weak. Oh, I got them. You know what I mean? And they don't stay patient and say, okay, I know I caught her, but let me stay patient. I'm gonna get it again.
I don't want to forget this, man. You know what? I seen the video of Angel Hernandez and Nova. Listen, Angel was putting the beats on this guy, yo.
Listen, man.
Yo, Angel's a different. Yo, Angel's a different animal. Little Angel's a different animal. He's a different beast, man. He's a different animal beast.
I'm gonna say it on camera. I love for that kid, man. Him and his brother. It's talent that should be.
Bro, man,
he should be further along.
Angel is a fucking animal. Yo, I don't know nothing because I just met these guys, you know, within a year or two. But listen, right? Little Angel is a fucking animal. He's a fucking animal, son. He's an animal, son. He's got a beautiful jab. Listen, and when the shit is that his shit is natural.
Yeah. Every time I see him, I always tell him such a beautiful jab.
Bro, there's a video. Listen, the video. I seen the video, but he's sitting there playing with the crowd. Yo, he's sitting there dig out like,
listen. I'm gonna tell you what I see difference with Angel right now. I'm gonna tell you what I see difference with Angel that a lot of fighters have to understand. That's the key. Confidence. He's swarming in his confidence right now. He feels he knows what he is.
His shit don't stink?
No, not in the back way. Because listen,
no, that's a good thing. I'm saying it in the
boxing.
He got confidence. He like, yo, y'all ain't fucking with me.
Boxing is a borderline game of arrogance and confidence. Because guess what? It's only you in there.
Yeah, and I don't see Little Angel as arrogant.
I
don't see him as arrogant in no fucking way.
No. I had a coach tell me this. Listen.
No way. I don't see that kid arrogant.
Listen to what I'm telling you. See, he don't listen. I know his wife get yelled at him all the time because he don't listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Not arrogance in a bad way. Angel has the arrogance of a fighter that you need because it's a borderline of confidence and arrogance. Like, yeah, I'm him. It's my turn.
Right.
I'm him. Come get it. So yeah, I don't mean arrogant like my shit don't stink. No. They're amazing boys. You're not even boys. They're young men. They're amazing young men. I'm so happy to see him getting his just due. You know, he should have been further along. He should be out here as a top prospect.
Oh, listen,
because he got skill.
Listen, Angel doesn't come out of this TCL thing without getting a good opportunity.
Absolutely.
He doesn't come out of this because them people listen 2 or 3 times already, and you listen to the announcers and stuff.
They like
the way they praise.
And don't get me wrong, you're gonna want to see rounds of a fight like that. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that he showed the confidence and that little borderline of arrogance of saying, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
I'm him today. Right. You gotta make me show you who he is.
He was putting them beats.
You know what I'm saying? I saw the highlights, bro. He looked good, man. He looked good.
He was off the ropes.
We had an honor of training him and his brother when they were 13. We got him when we had him for like 2 to 3 years, and then Big Angel they ended up moving to Tampa, and then they ended up going out there. And listen, man, they've grown from here. I think it's his time, and I hope he keeps going because I think he's a star, man, in making for sure. I think he's a star in the making.
I remember one day they asked me. One day I was asked, "Who's the best fighters around here?" You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I didn't answer the question because I had to sit back and think, right? So I got to go with Blast, Omari. Yeah. Little Angel's gonna be in there no matter what, yo. Yeah. And you know what? He's gonna be in there, and he needs to be in there talked about like they talk about these other cats out here.
I think the only thing that he lacks, and he's gonna get his moment, is the fight to get his moment, right? Because you got guys.
Yeah, once he gets into them lights.
Once he gets
into them lights, it's gonna be a wrap.
I think once he gets that first 50-50 fight, that's when you're going to see what he's capable of doing because he's got a lot of tools in that bag. And sometimes it takes another fighter to bring them tools out. That's like I keep telling you, we ain't even seen the best of Blast. You ain't even seen it yet because you know why? Somebody ain't made it have a dig in there yet. Same things with Angel. When Angel gets that first true 50-50 fight, watch out because that boy don't put on a show for sure. His jab is beautiful. His setup.
He moves his feet beautifully, man.
There's some things all of us as all fighters always got something to work on.
No, of course. No, listen,
every fight you're gonna grow.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I like Little Angel, and I'm a fan. And listen, I'm a fan, yo. I'm a fan.
We both fans. That makes 2 of us. Cause I'm a fan too.
Man,
I'm definitely a fan. And listen, his little brother ain't even got started yet either. So
see, I watched Angelo fight.
Angelo dog.
I watched him fight in the amateurs as an amateur once. But I want to see outside of that street fighting shit he was doing that day. But yeah, he's a dog too. I think he's the real dog in the whole house though. I always say I think he's the father because his father.
He out there too,
yeah,
but I'm gonna say
I think Angelo's a real dog in the house.
He's done a good job with his boy.
Yeah, man, he did. I think
as fathers,
man, my hat off to you, Angel, man.
As fathers,
Hernandez, man.
As fathers, you look for your kids to be better than what you've done.
Man, Angel done an amazing job.
And look, and I say it like this because I got 3 young boys myself, and me and my wife were just talking about this the other day that, you know, yeah, I would love for them. You know, I'm sure in Angel's situation, you want him to be the best fighter in the world, but even more, you want them to be better people. You know, and they're very humble, very respectful kids. Everything's yes sir, no sir. That's what you want to see when you're a parent.
They're almost offended with the yes sir and that's almost offensive when they
like don't call me sir, bro. Come on, man. But they're good kids, man. Huge shout out to Angel, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. You got fans over here. Ain't nobody want to see you. Everybody want to see you up.
That's right. I want to see them. I want to see them win. I want to see little Angel win. I want to see little Angel win.
Keep letting them know you him.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So now, what we got?
We got Friday night.
Man, we got Friday, Saturday,
and Sunday.
My wife's gonna hate me this weekend.
Yeah,
because she's like every fucking weekend is boxing. Luckily, because football ain't started yet. You know what I mean? So she hates it when it's football season.
I'll be lucky.
Ain't nobody care about that damn jersey, man.
Oh, you already, sir. You already know. Go Birds.
Ain't nobody care about them birds.
Listen, man. No, I'm lucky that my wife just be tagging along because she loves the sport. And you can actually sit down and talk with her, you know what I'm saying? Can you shout out to the producer, Angie Lane's behind the camera back there?
Angela! Her and my wife got the same name.
Yeah, man, she loves the sport too, so, you know, it makes
like we talked to her, she listens better than you. We talk a lot about boxing, and she's like, that's what you're saying, yeah. We always going at it, because he be with fuckery all the time. So what we got coming up? So we got...
You got Teo.
All right, so let's do a quick rundown. So we got a quick rundown on Friday, right? So that's Fights Friday, right?
Yeah, so you got Ryan Rowley, you got Teo.
Let's start from the bottom. So we got, from the bottom, we're going with Haney and Ramirez. Okay. Dangerous fight. It could be a setup fight, meaning what I mean by a setup fight is Ramirez ain't no fucking walkover. And if you tell an old dog this is your last opportunity and you got them in there, they ain't even giving the nigga respect. Really respect. What they keep telling, they keep talking about Ryan and Haney. Listen, if I'm a fighter and we in this meeting and y'all ain't even talking about me and him, y'all talking about y'all too, oh, we fighting for real. Like, I'm taking that shit real personal. For sure. I think I'm going to go with a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight, but I am going to go with Haney.
You going with Haney?
Yeah, I do think Haney got the skill set to
I think that that's a tough fight for me, right? Because one thing about Haney, if he gets caught, I feel he's chinny.
No. We ain't gonna do that.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But if he do get caught,
yes, it could.
But you know what? Yes, it's like we don't know where his mental's at.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do it like this, though.
You know, you give him time to say.
No, I am, but I'm gonna give him the respect because he's fought some dogs, and Haney has proved to be not a good fighter, a great fighter.
I'm gonna take Haney. But
I think
I'm going on pure abilities.
I think he's put in the work to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say Haney. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bottom one. Then we're gonna move up to Teo
and Barboza.
Okay. Listen, it's what Teo. Yeah, it's what Teo we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Do we get the Josh Taylor Teo, or do we get the Teo that doesn't show up and do what he's supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Because here's the reality of it. Barboza's coming off a high. He's been doing his thing lately, and now you put another guy in the way, and you put him at a B side like he nothing. He gonna come out a dog too. You know what I'm saying? So that's a 50-50. But my pick's I'm gonna go with Teo.
I'm gonna go with Teo too. You know, Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero.
Listen, that shit.
It is what it is. Right?
That shit ain't going past 6.
Don't get it fucked up though. Don't get it fucked up. No. Wait.
Ryan gonna knock his shit off.
Wait, if Rolly could fucking eat that fucking left hand.
Rolly couldn't eat that.
No, I'm not saying he's gonna beat him. I'm not saying he's gonna beat him. I'm not saying to him. I'm saying it'll go past 6.
Nah, Rolly couldn't even.
I know he got terrible. His feet are terrible, so I know. Well, I guess it is always.
So we're gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Ryan.
All right.
Yep. And then we got Friday.
And that was Friday. And Saturday, Canelo Skull.
We already know what that is.
Sunday we got Inoue and Cardenas.
Yeah.
How you see that?
I think Inoue's gonna fucking murder him, bro.
How many rounds?
I don't think it goes past 6.
You don't think it goes past 6?
Nah.
How about William Skull? I think it finishes the fight.
Nah, I think it's gonna go because I don't think Canelo's. I don't think Canelo's putting people away like that anymore. I think, but I think he's gonna take some rounds and get some work in, get ready for Bud. You know what I'm saying? I think, or if he does, the stoppage will be late.
You can't take William Skull easy simple either. Again,
he's big.
Listen, these guys come from that Cuban background. They come from that Cuban school.
So I think Canelo, yes, I think Skull's going to give some decent work. But, Canelo will beat him. I think Canelo beats him, but I think Canelo works on working on some things that he can get ready for Bud, because that's the fight that really everybody's going to see. Yeah. So I got Canelo, clearly. And then, but now, Canelo wins. Canelo gets his belt back, gets undisputed again at 168.
Did it twice?
Did it twice.
Listen, I seen they announced Subriel Matias and Alberto Pulos. I like that fight. You know why? Because I know that's going to be a fight. Them motherfuckers are going to be right there. I'm
going to go with Pios because I think he throws punches and bunches better. I think he did what he did with Russell, because Russell's a very good fighter.
Yeah, that's not tomorrow, but I think
he did.
That's not this week. That's in a couple weeks.
I think he did very well. But bro, we got to talk about the fight that just happened. Conor Benn.
Conor Benn, man. Listen. That 12th round was crazy.
Did he break his jaw?
Yeah. That 12th round was crazy.
So I wonder how he gonna be ready for September and October when it broke. Jaw's gonna heal that fast.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah. So think about it though, bro. You can heal, but you can't spar for a while, and then you're gonna be. Hopefully your jaw, how bad.
Listen, it was hitting each other hard, yo.
Yeah.
I thought it was the right decision though. I see people saying that Ben. I didn't think Ben won.
I think it was a good fight. I think it was a good enough fight.
I watched, because I was watching it right, and I was at the fights. But what I was watching, I thought not Ben. I took Conor Benn. Broke up my whole parlay up.
But I think a rematch would be exciting.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man.
And honestly, I'd want to see that more.
It was more drama because they was wanting to see if Pops was going to walk in with Eubank. They walked in.
I don't know, but was it me, or did it seem like his dad liked that shit?
That thing's. Listen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
all that shit.
Like, did his dad make it more about him? Is what I'm saying. Like, you see when they opened the car door, he was like, bro, are you here for you? Are you here for you, or are you here for yourself?
That dude be dripped, though. He be flashing.
But what I'm saying is, you've had your moment in front of these people. Let your son be his moment. Don't overplay it. Don't overshadow it. Don't stand there now watching mitts, and now you want to tell him what to do when a week ago you was just shitting on him because you were mad about what he did, which is fine. You're his dad. You do whatever you want. But what I'm saying is, if you're there, be there for the moment, but don't be there for the camera. You feel me? And I felt like he was there for the camera. That's my opinion. I could be wrong.
I like the fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight from what I was watching. I don't know about the undercards because I didn't pay no mind to that one.
Nah. But that was a good wrap up on fight week, man. That was an amazing fight week. Stay tuned.
Listen, man, for y'all don't know, Joey also hosts
Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner, man. I think you guys need to get that a good look.
What we're going to start doing is, stay tuned, because what we're going to start doing on Coach's Corner, obviously with the co-host, listen, we're going to talk about boxing, but it's going to be more in depth of the actual corner. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to start interviewing fighters
and coaches. Yeah, man.
We're going to start getting in that perspective of we're not here to just ask questions of normal questions. We're here to talk about boxing. So it's almost like, I kind of want to look at it like what LeBron James is doing in his podcast, talking about boxing, about basketball, where it's X's and O's, right? I feel like Coach's Corner is going to be in that perspective of us coaches getting in there and really talking about the game of boxing. not asking about really personal questions. We're here to talk about boxing. You know, the things are great, the X's and O's in boxing. You know, and I think it's gonna be an awesome thing.
Man, I like the idea when you present it because it's good to see where other coaches' minds are at. You know, everybody brings the fighters in. You know what I'm saying? When you bring the coaches in, you get.
I think what's gonna be neat to see is you're gonna see a lot of more coaches that think a lot the same.
Yeah.
I think what you're gonna see is from the perspective is a lot of coaches on how we think in certain situations.
There's a lot of, and I'm also at the amateur coaches. There's a lot of good coaches out here, man. Listen, there's some good fucking coaches in Central Florida. There's some good fucking guys out here. Because I sit here and I watch, and I go to these gyms, and I'm always talking with them, and they always give me this. I learn, from everywhere I go, I'm picking up.
Why I told you where you get a different perspective than a normal podcast person that's just asking questions is because you're actually starting to get in these trenches, dog. Like I got his ass in here working on mitts, working with guys. Because listen, if you want to be that in depth in boxing, you have to really learn the game, right?
Right.
And how to learn the game is be around people that are teaching the game. And then all of a sudden you're gonna start learning. Because look, even us as coaches, we get around other coaches and we're still learning. We might see something these coaches are doing, but like, damn, I want to incorporate that with what I'm doing, right? Because that's what great coaching is. You learn from other coaches, and if you're a coach that thinks your shit don't stink, that's arrogance. A coach that thinks he know everything and he too good to grow from somebody else, then you're never going to be a good coach. Because what's going to happen is now you're going to fail your fighter because your job as a coach is to keep learning, not to think you know everything. And there's nothing wrong with finding people to help put people in position to help that fighter.
With that being said, you're saying that, man. I seen Coach Mustafa. Is that his name? That was over.
Yeah, I saw that.
Corey looked like he put some muscle on, son.
Yeah.
Corey looked like he put some muscle.
I think that's a perfect time to announce who our interview is going to be, right?
Oh, we'll be here Saturdays. We'll have Corey come through, man. Sit there, chop it up with us, man. They'll be up in the ring.
We're gonna chop up with Coach Angus and Coach.
All the tough questions, because we ain't gonna pull no punches. I just hope nobody gets offended by the end of the time, because I ask.
Listen, it can't be.
I get carried away sometimes when I ask questions, and the problem is that I want to know just like the people want to know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I will say, knowing both of them, they ain't about.
Oh, I know.
They keep everything straightforward.
Keep it above.
But we got Corey Marksman coming up, signed to Undisputed Promotions, doing a hell of a job with him. I think.
Anthony's doing a hell of a job.
They got a fight coming up May 2nd, and Coach's Corner, we'll be seeing Corey Marksman and Coach Angus.
All right.
May 3rd. Stay tuned because we're going to be rocking. We're going to put a clip out and you guys can let you guys know.
And man, look forward to, man, coming out, man, sometime here in June, late May, early June. Coach Joey will be throwing another spar session here in the gym.
We'll be picking up a date. We got a fight coming up, so we're gonna get through that, and then I'll pick a date. I'll probably pick a date by the end of this week, and next week we'll start announcing it.
May 10th, Pro Box TV at the Silver Spurs Arena in Kissimmee, man. Alex Real will be fighting, man. You got Dominic Bailey fighting.
Then you got next.
That same week, that Friday, you got the MVP Box Lab show
at the
Undisputed, correct? And Undisputed. I'm sorry, apologize. Undisputed. Here at the Caribe Royale on May 9th.
It's gonna be a hell of a boxing weekend.
It's gonna be a hell of a weekend out here, man.
Ready to rock.
I'm ready.
Don't step up in that ring if you can't bang nothing. I got a left and a right for your mama son.